Kothari of the OMVAI Talk Show interview and unveil inspirations from leading personalities of the world. I'm here today with Vaibhav and his interpreter Matteo at his house to catch up with him and to show you a side of him that you've never seen before. So hi Vaibhav, how are you feeling today?
Hello Niha, I'm thrilled to have you in my home here. It's a good thing.
I'm excited too, because usually you're the one who takes the interviews, so I'm basically interviewing the interviewer, so I'm feeling really good about it. Yeah.
I know it. It's nice to be interviewed by you as well.
Yeah, so let's get cracking, okay? So, what was it like to create the OMVAI Talk Show and speak to these leading personalities, these business leaders of the country? How was your experience?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I started this talk show initially in my MBA days. During my MBA travels to London, I had a professor said, notice how much I love socializing with people and meeting people. And this professor suggested I develop a talk show. And from there we started the 20-minute talk show in Denver, Colorado, US.
Right.
And then I returned to India upon graduation. And after that I realized I wanted to continue the project. And I wanted to use it as a way to build my position in business society here in India as well. I wanted an opportunity to meet more leaders, to learn about their journeys. And so that's how the OMVAI Talk Show evolved to what it is today here in India.
Yeah. So before the OMVAI Talk Show, you had done the 20-minute talk show, which I've seen, and you have interviewed Kimball Musk, who's Elon Musk's brother. So that must have been like a hell of an experience. Yeah?
Yeah, it was a great experience. I was really grateful to him to participate in the talk show. He took over 1 hour drive from his home to come and participate in the talk show with me. It was great. He has such an entrepreneur heart. He is a true entrepreneur. You know, I saw him, Kimball Musk of the kitchen, and what his focus was in having farm-to-table foods and organic foods. I was so grateful to have the opportunity to interview him. You know, I thank him for being involved in our talk show. I've never forgotten what he shared in his journey with me.
I'm sure it must have been really great. The interview is also great, you know. So yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So so how does it feel to work with an interpreter in India?
Well, you know, Matteo is my 12th interpreter that I've had here in India on contract.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's a professional interpreter, has been for many years, licensed and certified in the US. Working in the Indian environment is dynamic and challenging. There's no set schedule every day, especially when you think about India Standard Time. You know what that's like, working with people every day in meetings and all of that, right? So working within my family business, it's a very fast-paced, dynamic environment. Every day, you know, tomorrow morning we don't know. We show up and we wake up and we don't know if we're traveling, what we're doing. You know, I commend Matteo. He has adapted very quickly to our family and Indian culture. I'm grateful to have him here.
And I must say that, you know, how does it feel like to work with a cute interpreter?
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's important to have a cute interpreter. If I have a cute interpreter, I attract good people and more cute people.
That's really nice. That's very nice. I can see your energies, you know, together. That's really nice. Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. So you said that he's your 12th interpreter. So is it difficult to find interpreters in India?
Yes and no. It's easy to find interpreters from the US who will come on a short-term time. You know, the fact is, you know, interpreters will always come and go. When you speak of interpreters here in India, it's challenging to find professional interpreters here. There's a lack of professional interpreters here. I want to say, I think it's about 200, 250 in the entire country. And a majority of them are not professionally trained or credentialed, like Matteo. I do have an Indian person that we're training to become an interpreter here who has joined the company. However, it takes a lot of years and time and practice to become that fluent. That's why I have Mateo here now, and because you can see the difference. I mean, obviously, we don't have the resources here in India with interpreters that we need to bring in.
I understand that, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. So, tell me one thing. So, apart from taking interviews, which you really like doing and inspiring people, what is it that you like doing in your free time?
I like meeting people. I like checking out different restaurants. I watch a lot of movies. I spend time just chilling out. I like, a little bit of shopping, but really meeting people. I mean, that's really where I enjoy. I'm a very sociable person. And by having an interpreter, I grab every opportunity I can to meet more people. Because I enjoy that conversation. Right, Mateo?
Yeah. So how do you, connect with people who don't understand the sign language?
I would say it's communication, the effort of communication. When people take time to communicate, different topics of discussion, different conversations, when having a good interpreter, the conversations and the communication goes very quickly
Like
and
this one.
fluidly, just like you're enjoying my company,
Yes,
right?
of course.
Because,
Of course.
because it's going quicker,
Yeah,
certainly.
yeah.
It's natural.
Right. So, I have heard that you travel a lot. You said that you like traveling as well. So, tell us about the greatest experience that you've had on a trip, and where.
I think my best experience in traveling was in Peru. I went backpacking alone. The people there that I met along the way were super friendly, so nice. The conversation went so smooth. That in terms of all of my experiences, that was an incredible experience. I enjoy backpacking a lot. I enjoy traveling a lot. In the beginning, I was very careless. I would lose many things. I would be scattered. Now that I have become older, I feel much more comfortable and confident in keeping things together. But the best part is always about meeting people from different countries. And I would say 90% of the people that I meet in the world are very good, very cooperative, very patient. Sometimes I think they're more patient than my family and colleagues at times. Really. Yeah.
That's nice. So you meet a lot of people, and so it's great, like learning the culture and being a part of the culture. So that's really amazing. I like traveling too, so I can understand that. And as a deaf person who travels a lot, have you ever faced a funny incident while traveling?
Yes. I've had many.
Okay.
If I pick one funny one, I went to an airport and checked in. And immediately around 10 minutes, a gentleman came with a wheelchair. An attendant came with a wheelchair. And I was like, I don't need a wheelchair. I can get to the gate fine. That was funny. Another one, many people that I meet on the airplanes or airports, they will assume that I'm hearing. For example, there was a woman that I traveled. We flew together in New York. She was sitting next to me. And I speak well. My voice is clear. For most people, they understand. And so we spoke back and forth. After we reached New York, I couldn't understand what she was saying. And so I typed out something. And she said, "What? You're deaf?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "No way." She had sat with me for 12 hours, the whole flight. And she then was surprised to find that I was deaf. And so that's a common experience. People assume that I'm hearing until proven otherwise.
So all this while she had no clue that you're deaf, and she was surprised
That's correct.
at the end. Wow.
Yeah.
Does that happen often with you?
Yes.
It does.
It's happened many times. Yes.
Okay, that is quite surprising because.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's right. And you said that you like watching movies. So who's your favorite director?
Hollywood or Bollywood?
Both, I would say.
Both. Okay. So when I think about Hollywood, I watch a lot of TV shows.
Okay.
My favorite is Shonda Rhimes. I am a big fan of Grey's Anatomy. Seriously, I've watched every single episode, every single season.
So am I. Yeah, yeah.
Really? Yeah. She's very creative. One day I hope to work with her. In terms of Bollywood, I like 3 directors. I think they're the most creative. They're really very artistic. I like their artistic take on things. Shyam Bengal, thank you. The Bengali filmmaker. I mean, he makes all kinds of movies, but I love that he focuses on women's centered stories and empowerment. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Secondly, a South Indian filmmaker, Mani Ratnam.
Yes, Mani Ratnam, yeah.
Writes such original scripts and stories, and you look at his vision and those films. I mean, you've seen some of his work, yeah?
Yes, of course I have, yeah.
And then the third, of course, everybody knows, is Sanjay Leela.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
Bhansali, yes.
His sets are magnanimous, yeah? Yeah.
Yes. And brilliant. I mean, I have no idea how with the eye that they have, with the eye that he has, how
you can see the tiniest of details in place in his sets. Yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah.
So another question that I have for you is, who do you think is the hottest person in this world?
I think you're the hottest person in the world.
No, come on, seriously.
Okay, I'm teasing. I think you're a very beautiful person. I think people that I find intelligent, people who are linguists and well-traveled, those are the hottest people in the world.
That's a good answer, yeah, that's a good answer. And there's this one question that you ask all your guests on the OMVAI Talk Show. Is when you write a book, or if you write a book, what would the title of the book be?
Well, give me just a second to think about this. It would be Vaibhavs.
Oh, right, Vaibhavs. So, for those who don't know, Vaibhavs is a series of inspirational nuggets published on the OMVAI Talk Show YouTube channel. And to get your regular dose of these inspirational stories from Vaibhav, do subscribe to the OMVAI Talk Show YouTube channel. And
please do.
Yeah, and thank you, Vaibhav, for taking out the time and doing this with us today. It was really great having you, share with us all the things about your experiences. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Niha, for coming home. You haven't had any of your tea.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you, Mateo, for interpreting this. Thank you.
Thank you.